For centuries, the Varex Empire ruled thousands of worlds. Their fleets crossed galaxies, their armies crushed civilizations, and their rulers believed no species could challenge them. Every race under their control paid tribute and obeyed without question. When humanity was finally discovered, the Varex leaders laughed. Earth possessed no giant war fleets. Its colonies were small. Its technology seemed ordinary compared to the machines of the Empire. The Varex High Council officially classified humanity as primitive and militarily insignificant. Soon afterward, an Imperial fleet arrived in the Sol system. The humans received a simple demand: surrender authority over their worlds and become subjects of the Empire. Most alien races would have accepted immediately. Humans refused. The refusal amused the Varex governor. He ordered several cities on a distant human colony to be occupied as a warning. The occupation lasted only 3 days. Every supply depot vanished. Communication towers exploded. Military vehicles disappeared during the night. By the 4th day, the governor withdrew his troops after suffering losses he could not explain. The Empire became annoyed. A much larger fleet was dispatched. This time the fleet arrived above Earth itself. Among the human delegation sent to negotiate was a woman named Mira. She wore simple clothes and carried no weapon. The Varex commander looked down at her with visible contempt. He asked why humanity continued resisting when defeat was inevitable. Mira simply raised her right hand. A dark tattoo covered the back of it. The commander laughed. To him, it looked like a primitive symbol painted onto skin. He asked if the tattoo was supposed to frighten an empire. Mira answered calmly, "It is not for you." The commander ignored her warning. The negotiations ended. The invasion began. Thousands of Imperial ships moved toward Earth. Then something impossible happened. Every military computer inside the fleet shut down. Navigation systems failed. Weapons locked themselves. Communication channels went silent. Across the command deck, alarms screamed. Engineers searched desperately for the cause. They found nothing. The systems had not been attacked. They had obeyed a command. A command issued from somewhere far above their clearance level. The commander demanded answers. Hours later, a transmission entered every ship simultaneously. No source could be identified. No technology in the Empire could block it. The image that appeared showed Mira. She stood alone in a quiet room. Her tattoo glowed with a faint silver light. The commander ordered her image removed. The command failed. Then Mira spoke. "You were warned." The tattoo expanded across her hand like living metal. Ancient symbols appeared in the air around her. None belonged to any known language. The commander suddenly felt fear. Not because of the symbols, because his flagship computer had recognized them. An emergency archive buried beneath thousands of security layers had activated automatically. The archive contained information forbidden even to Imperial rulers. One message appeared across every screen. Priority, origin. Founders level. All personnel. Kneel. The commander stared in disbelief. The founders were legendary beings said to have created the first galactic civilizations millions of years earlier. Most scholars believed they were myths. Yet every system inside the fleet accepted the order as genuine. Soldiers throughout thousands of ships felt gravity controls force them downward. Commanders dropped to one knee. Officers struggled to stand and failed. Entire fleets were compelled into submission. Panic spread across the Empire. The High Council demanded an explanation. The answer arrived from the ancient archive. Long before recorded history, the founders had searched the galaxy for a species possessing unusual psychological traits: creativity under pressure, persistence during failure, cooperation during disaster, courage despite overwhelming odds. After studying countless civilizations, they chose humanity. They secretly left behind a safeguard, a genetic key carried through generations. Only a few humans inherited it. Mira was one of them. The tattoo was not decoration. It was a marker. Proof that its bearer possessed direct founder authority over ancient systems hidden throughout the galaxy. The Varex Empire had unknowingly built much of its technology on ruins left behind by those ancient beings. The moment they threatened humanity, the hidden authority awakened. Every major military network in the Empire instantly recognized Mira as a superior command source. The High Council refused to accept the truth. They ordered planetary defenses to fire on Earth. Nothing happened. Their weapons rejected the order. Shipyards stopped production. Military stations locked their gates. Defense satellites entered standby mode. The Empire was powerless. Within days, worlds under imperial rule began demanding freedom. The Verex government could no longer enforce its will. For the first time in its history, the Empire faced collapse. Many expected humanity to seek revenge. Instead, humanity offered peace. Former subject worlds were invited into a new alliance. Trade routes reopened. Resources were shared. Conflicts were settled through negotiation rather than conquest. The galaxy watched in astonishment. The species once mocked as primitive had gained the power to dominate everyone. Yet they chose cooperation instead. Months later, representatives from hundreds of worlds gathered on Earth. Among them stood former Verex leaders. The same rulers who had once viewed humans as weak now waited respectfully for permission to speak. Mira addressed the assembly. She reminded them that strength was not measured by the size of fleets or the number of conquered planets. True strength was the ability to hold power without abusing it. Silence filled the hall. No one argued. No one laughed. No one doubted her. Because every civilization now knew the truth. Humanity had never been weak. Humanity had simply been patient. And when the galaxy finally pushed too far, a single tattooed hand had forced an entire empire to kneel.